Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be talking about Kickstarter decks. Now, Kickstarter, if you know what I'm talking about, like if you're a tarot collector, you most likely heard of it. It's like a crowdfunding site that allows creators of decks and anything artistic to actually create it by helping get them out to the world so that the people like us can help fund it. Now, what I'm going to do first is actually share five different Kickstarter decks with you to show you why, to show you the passion and everything that goes into it. These are the decks, the indie decks, some of those. These are the ones that you're not going to find on the shelves. You're not going to find on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. You're not going to find these decks there because they are not mass market, and you're likely, if you don't back the Kickstarter, you're likely not going to ever see it. So I'm going to start, they're in no order whatsoever, and then at the end I'm going to show you one that you can back right now and help bring to life. The first one I'm going to share with you, it actually doesn't even have a box. It came in this nice little cloth thing right here, and if you can tell, cat hair sticks like crazy to this, like it's like velvet or something, and I've got so much hair on it, it's not even funny. But the cards inside are definitely still safe, and that's all that matters to me. Hannah's Goth Haus is the name of this deck, and it's a mix of two things you could never even imagine coming together. Now, all of these decks, I believe I've done unboxing videos for, but I've never actually shared them, all together. And there's the backs and everything of it, the card stock and everything. Oh, I wish I could, you could feel this. It feels so strange. It's so smooth and velvety and interesting, too. And the cards, there it is. That is a blend of two of my favorite things in the entire world. It's RuPaul's Drag Race characters, along with Tim Burton art. How creative, how cool is this deck? As soon as I saw it available on Kickstarter, I had to jump on it because I freaking love Tim Burton's work. And I love RuPaul's Drag Race. It's my favorite show on television. I watch it all the time. It's just so interesting. These guys that, just have this artistic talent to put this makeup on, create these outfits. A lot of these, they're not bought. These outfits that are inspired in this deck, they were created by these men that were able to do it, and it's just fascinating. Their makeup talents are incredible. They're actually part of the reason I don't wear makeup on myself, because I can't even compare to what they are able to do. Now, each one of these, 78 different cards, it's 78 different characters, or different people for that matter. Their alter egos when they create their drag personalities. That death card, it just screams Tim Burton art, the eyes and everything. It's just, I can't even get over how absolutely gorgeous this is. I can't name all of these characters, I'm not even going to try. But each one, you get the idea. You're not going to find this deck on a store shelf. Technically you might, a little mom and pop little apothecary or something, that carries weird and obscure tarot decks. But this deck, that was one of those Kickstarter ones. That's the one, you scroll through Amazon. I'm sure many of us probably do that. Just look at that Ace of Cups. But a lot of us probably do just that. Scroll through Amazon and look at different mass market decks coming out. Well, you can do the same thing on Kickstarter. But the difference between Amazon and Kickstarter is this deck. And all the decks I'm going to share with you, and the deck I'm going to share with you at the end, they don't exist yet. A lot of them are prototypes, not even completely complete. The people creating them are drawing them as they share them. They're not actually out in the world yet. And it's up to us, the people that have the funds to push towards it, to inspire, or not inspire, we're inspired to spend our money on them, I suppose. But the people like us that can go out there and say, I love this, I want a piece of this, please take my money. And that's what Kickstarter is about. It's about the public, crowdfunding, that stuff that we really want to bring to life. We have the power to bring it to life because we are there supporting the ones creating it. Yes, this deck, I absolutely love it. I don't even know how to put into words how amazing and weird and fantastic this deck is. But it's just one of a few. And I'm just sharing a couple with you, 5 to be exact. One's extra special and not even a tarot deck, technically. Look at that outfit. That was really one of the characters, or people, on RuPaul's Drag Race. I keep wanting to call them characters because they're in a tarot deck. But the characters, I think this was Pythia, but I'm not positive there. But she created all of this, that suit and everything, and it's just so fascinating what people can do when they're passionate about something. Just like the person that created this, Hannah's Goth Haus. She has that passion. She has the passion to draw and create Tim Burton characters. as well as the passion and love for drag queens as well. And she blended the two. Talk about temperance there, you know, taking two things and making something new with it. Like, it's just incredible. This entire deck is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I would probably prefer it to have a box, and I think that was available there, but I believe that's Jimbo. Yes. I believe that was available, but I purchased the one with the little, you know, extremely cat cover little bag right there. And, you know, it keeps it safe. Like, don't wad it up. Don't shove it in a drawer or something, you know. Protect it. I've got one like that too that's in a glass case, and I probably should get a glass case and paint it up too. But this is the little QR code so you know who the characters are in the deck, as well as this one for the major and the minor arcanas. There's the World and the Hanged One right there. I love how the Hanged One is becoming so popular. Like in the Rider-Waite-Smith and a lot of decks, it says the Hanged Man. But more and more decks are coming out of there with the Hanged One, and I think that's so much better because, you know, men are not better than women. Women are not better than men. We're all equal and special in our own unique ways. Just like the characters in this deck, just like the people that create these Kickstarter decks. They're all awesome, all slightly weird in the head, which is a fantastic thing. And I love being able to help bring these things to life because I have none artistic talent whatsoever of my own. I dream of making a Kickstarter deck myself or a tarot deck myself and perhaps putting it on Kickstarter, but I can't for the life of me figure out what I could draw. Would anybody actually buy a tarot deck that's nothing but stick figures? I can draw crows a little bit, but that's about it. Okay, next up I'm going to share one that's really, really fun, really, really random, and really, I don't even know how to explain it. It is the Alleyway Tarot, created by, well, it says werewolf right there, so I'll just say werewolf. I can't remember their name on Instagram right now, but there's the side of it and everything. And this is the Alleyway Tarot, the second installment. I think the other one was like Alley Man Tarot or something like that. We've got the guidebook and everything right here that comes with it. You know, that one, the last one I showed you had, you know, the QR code. So this one actually comes with the guidebook. But check out how many cards are here. I believe there is 100 in it. So it is not the easiest one to read with because there are extras there that you wouldn't see in other decks. And another thing that makes it a little bit difficult to really read with is because once you start, you notice that? You notice how every single one of those backs are different? Yes, that's what makes this not the best deck to like intuitively read with and just pick a random one. Because like, I mean, the more you work with it, the more you're going to know like that background equals that card. Yeah. So that's my only complaint with it, but it's not a complaint at all. This is about art. This is about just different decks molding together. That's what this is. This person, I believe it's a dude, actually went through and found people creating tarot decks and asked each of them to create or share a card from their deck. And now that guidebook that I shared with you, that guidebook, that one's reversed, I believe, yes. That guidebook actually has the deck that card comes from. That's a Zodiac card. The deck that card comes from and a little bit about it. Not only the meaning of the card, but actually the creator's thoughts when they were creating it too. Like, just look at that 7 of Cups and how absolutely gorgeous it is. And there, that other card, the 4 of Cups right there, like each one of these is so unique, so beautiful. And you don't get these in other, like, I mean, if you buy the actual decks that's coming, you get these illustrations. But this deck is a blend of all of those different ones. Like there, that 6 of Pentacles, that's from the Winnie the Pooh Tarot. And then you've got this Libra card and the Lily Chariot right there. Like, how gorgeous and fun is this deck? And it's so random, and you could only get it on Kickstarter. I do believe if you talk to the creator, they a lot of times they have their own private websites, they have their social medias and everything, and sometimes they'll have extra decks that you can go back and you can purchase from them after the fact, but don't always hold on to that. Like, you need to have that FOMO, that fear of missing out, because you know, that's how that deck comes to life. If you wait till after the fact, for starters, you might not get the deck after all because you didn't help buy it or didn't help fund it. And then at the same time, there might not have any extras after the end. And, you know, you want to get it. Like, check out that High Priestess card. And whatever card this is, I believe it's Virgo. Yeah, there's the symbol for Virgo in the back. So that's the Virgo card, because like I said, Zodiac cards in this as well. There's the Queen of Flytraps. Yeah, you're not going to get that in another deck. The Scorpio card. The Coming Out, which is the 8. You know, finding that strength right there to believe in yourself. Being fair to yourself, depending on if it's justice or strength. Got that one as well. I don't know why that one was backwards in there, but there is the Capricorn. There is the Leo. There is this fun raccoon version of the Tower. The 7 of this mouse guy. Like, it's so random. You can't even, like, you don't necessarily know what the cards are, but the illustrations are just downright gorgeous. There it says Justice, so we know that's Justice. The 4 of Discs, we know that's the 4 of Discs. This beautiful, adorable, adorable little card is Death. The Page of Gnosis is right there. What's a Gnosis? I don't know. We could look it up, but I'm not going to. The Devil is right there, and that is downright an adorable, adorable little devil. Then you've got that card right there, the Princess of Pentacles, which corresponds to the Page of Pentacles, I believe. And you've got this one, which is just, again, beautiful, beautiful art. Like, you're not going to get this kind of deck anywhere else. You're not going to find this deck in a store unless you're in one of those obscure stores that happened to fund the Kickstarter, and when they did, they bought 20 of them so they could sell them. That's like the only option, and those are so rare. So when you see a deck you like on Kickstarter, I don't know why all of these are reversed. It's interesting. But when you see a deck like this on Kickstarter, you know, you like it, back it. You know, if it doesn't get funded, then you don't pay anything. And that's another cool thing about it. It might not be guaranteed, but when you do fund it, you get these extra things that you wouldn't get anywhere else. You get these decks, this artist creation, and this deck especially, like multiple, 100 different artists out there that have created decks. You get their cards, you get their artistry, you get their creative endeavors, you get their life put into a card. Like, how beautiful is this 4 of Swords right here? Just the flowers and the leaves and everything coming down. It shows that rest and reflection and what beauty can come from it when we do. That's a fun, crazy geometric card. Every time I go like this, they switch back. There's that one and the 9 of Butterflies, the King of Ghosts, the Queen of Pentacles, adorable little card there, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and that's definitely a fun one right there, the Ace of Skulls, the 5 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, the 1 of Cups, which equals the Ace of Cups, the Prince of Keys, gonna do that again, the Wheel of Fortune, the World, Revolution, which has that XV1, so I believe that's the Tower then, isn't it? And you know, there is Revolution after that. When everything comes to a collapse, you know, that's when that star comes out, when that power comes out, and you can start again. There is that Knight of Pentacles, again, a beautiful, adorable little Knight of Pentacles, and that Queen of Wands is so just empowering and powerful. The Sun from the Halloween Tarot, I believe. The Empress is this badass looking little cat. How cool is this Judgment card with the cicada on it? Like, I could spend all day just sharing this deck with you and how just randomly cool it is. Every single one of these cards exists in another deck where each of the illustrations, you know, correspond to it. Creepy fool, but I love that card. I think that's one of the reasons I fell in love with this deck. There is the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, the 7 of Potions, which might be the 7 of Cups, and I just take a second to appreciate the sparkle that is that card. There is the Lovers, another Death card, because there's multiples of different cards here. Nothing compared to Patrick Valencia's Triumphi della Luna. I believe it's the Illustrated Pips one, the original one, not the mass market one. I think there's 7 different illustrations of the devil in that deck, and I just love it, because there's so much more chance that the devil's going to come up. And we all have vices and addictions and things that, you know, keep us trapped in our lives. Death card right there again. Knight of something. Knight of Wands, because you see the little wands right there, yeah. And that might be a Death card too, but still very cool. Earth 10, which make this the 10 of Pentacles, I believe. There's a black and white Page of Wands from the Rider-Waite-Smith. There is the fun and weird and fantastic Aries card. The 8 of Swords, which is the Swiss Army knife. How fun is that? The 2 of Swords right there. The King of Wands. The Page of Cups. The 3 of Swords. We're flipping the deck again. The Magician. That's a fun magician. Very dark and elusive and creepy, right? And then this is the 6 of Swords. Talk about chaos again, right? You could just get lost trying to find that maze. The 4 of Cloaks. The Pisces card. The 10 of Swords. The 10 of Wands. Another, but I think this might be the most beautiful, absolutely beautiful death cards in this deck. There is the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, which is from the Tarot Disassembled. I know this because I have that deck. It's very, very, very cool deck. Temperance is right here. The Nine of Cups right there, beautiful. And that Hermit that we started with from the backs. Now, I could totally go through here. We're already at 15 minutes. I could go through here and show you, like, go back and show you each one of the backs. And that's what makes this deck so fun, is there are those backs. You know, it's such a unique, creative idea. And that's the beauty of Kickstarter. It's creative ideas coming to life. You know, they share this gift with us. They share these creations with us. And it's up to us to bring them to reality, because they need those funds. These things cost money to create. And so that's why we have these things, is because, you know, we helped fund them and bring them to life, and now we get to enjoy them. Like I said, guidebook right there for the Alleyway Tarot. Like, there's the sun, and it tells you there is from the Happy Halloween Tarot created by Sonny Graves, and find more of her work, and it gives her you her website as well. So you have all of that information. So if you fall in love with one of those 100 cards and you want the whole deck, then you absolutely can do that. Okay, who do I want to share next? Let's go with this guy. The Tarot Obscura by Lotta. And that last name, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I do not want to butcher it. Okay, we've got the deck right here. This deck is absolutely incredible. It's got the zodiac cards too. You see Sagittarius right there. But this deck, the smooth, I mean, I don't even know how to, again, I wish there was feel-o-vision, like television. Spell-o-vision would be cool too, but that's a different story. But the feel of these, it's like velvet. I just love to touch it. It's awesome. But these cards, and there's the backs, they're cool too. And there's the sides, you know, black, beautiful. This deck, it's just like sepia and absolutely awesome. It's so downright creepy, but absolutely beautiful. And again, you could only get it on Kickstarter. You could only get it if you back this deck. I don't know. A lot of might have Luna in space, or Una in space. That is like the Instagram handle, I believe, because I follow her on there, and she creates such amazing things. She's got another Kickstarter coming out right now. I believe it's called the Secret Garden Tarot, but do not quote me on that. You know, go to her Instagram handle and you can find out about it. You know, just look up this deck, like Tarot Obscura, and you'll get all that information. But it's just, I don't even know, like, the words to share for this deck. It's downright freaky. And, you know, like, I like the freakier things in life. I like the creepy. I said, like, when we started with this, the Tim Burton with the drag queens, like, that's freaky. Tim Burton has those same mindsets. If Tim Burton created a tarot deck, OMG, my friends. Yes, yes, yes. We would, I mean, I know I'm not the only one that would, like, jump on that. He probably has the money that he wouldn't have to use Kickstarter to get it funded, but we would definitely back it, wouldn't we, if he actually just took the time and made his art. I don't know if you've ever read his book, like he illustrated. It's like I can't remember what it's now called. It's like Lobster Boy and Robot Girl or something like that. And it's just so random and weird. Like, it's not just the movies he directs. It's not just Wednesday that he made. This man is a creative. There's Ophiuchus, yes. The things that he creates, the way that his mind works, it's just absolutely beautiful. As is this deck that has absolutely diddly squat to do with Tim Burton, but I went off on a rant there. I do that as I muse through the decks and I share with you. You know, it's just the ideas that these people have, the creative talents. We need to back them. We need to support them so this stuff can become real. We can hold it in our hands, do readings with it, and whatever else. Because I'm really focused on the tarot deck aspect of Kickstarter. But I mean, Kickstarter's art. It's people bringing this art to life. There's video games. There's toys. There's robots. There's books, like, you name it. Kickstarter can bring that stuff to life, and it's a rabbit hole that you will never ever get done going, and that will rack up your credit card bill a lot. Trust me, I know. But it's so worth it, because where else are you gonna get this? I'm probably not a good influence on people, because I'm like, yes, book this or back this, because you're not going to get it any other time. Fear of missing out, aka hashtag FOMO, is a real thing, people. It is. I fall for it all the time. It's just like that Pisces energy right there. I love that card because it's just so creepy. And I know a lot of Pisces people that are a bit creepy, but creepy's good sometimes. Creepy's good all the time, I think, because it's fun. There's Cancer as a lobster. and the Nine of Wands, and the Hanged Man. This one is actually the Hanged Man and not the Hanged One. That creepy, weird Aries. Yes. There's the Magician. The Ten of Swords. Like, I forgot how beautiful this deck was. And yes, I'm rambling as I go through it, but that's fun, right? Yes. It's just, you're not going to find this deck anywhere else. And, you know, there, I'm so happy that card was right there at the end, because that's probably the coolest card in this entire deck there. Check out that Death card. It's like a Spanish cowboy with his sombrero or whatever on his head with his horse, but he's a skeleton, and it's just so cool. Yes, this deck is awesome. Again, if you like it, it might be available. Una in space. I do not believe there is an L in there. There, you can see the guidebook little QR code right there. Tarot Obscura right there. There is the back of the box. But if you follow her on Instagram, you might be able to send her a message and see if she has any more available, because she very well might. Or you can help her bring that new deck to life. I know she's got it on there right now to actually back the Secret Garden one that's like from the 14th and 15th centuries. I think I saw about it, like those beautiful gardens that were back then. As I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about backing because I haven't backed it yet. Okay, the next thing I have to share with you is not actually a tarot deck. It's tarot coins or divination coins. This is actually the whole Kickstarter thing. It's not just the coins. The coins are its own separate back, and I do not do readings anymore without these. Like, this is like the extra thing. It's the kerpow, it's the voila, it's the wow, where did you get those at? I always put them in, like, definitely my face-to-face live readings, because they're just something extra. I always say, and just listen for a second. Listen. Can you hear that and how cool that is? Every time I do this, and I let people like pick their own coins. I say, you know, put your hand in there, mix it around, feel it on, enjoy the feeling on your hands and the noise and everything, because that is some, what is it, ASMR kind of sounds. It's awesome. But all of these, can you tell in there? Yeah, it's kind of like pitch black and stuff, isn't it? But woo, there you go. Yes. All of these are the 78 different tarot cards on coins. Like, here, you just pull one out, and there is the Queen of Swords. Now, what I do, like, you can just read with the Queen of Swords. You know, the Queen of Swords is the one that has a lot of pain in her life. She leads with logic because she knows that life's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. She's the feminine leader of the suit of the mind. And, you know, that mind breaks sometimes. Those heartbreak things, those things that just stab us in the back, wanting to give up. Our minds can make us or break us. And that Queen reminds us, you know, when we let our minds make us and not break us, you know, take control, lead with logic, and learn to love again, we can achieve anything. So there's that. You can get a lot of that just from that coin. But what I'll do is that deck that the person has used for their reading or chosen for their reading, I will find that card in the deck while I talk about it and then show them the illustration. So it's kind of like a little extra that goes with the cards themselves that, you know, you can only get on Kickstarter. Yes, Mystic Metals Divination. That is who created these. Yes. And so she does Kickstarters a lot with this stuff. She is such a creatively talented person. Like, I don't know anybody else that has ever thought to make tarot coins, and it's just freaking awesome. This is the extra stuff that was in with the Kickstarter. Like, there is the Mystic Metals Divinations coin guidebook, which it has all the information about the different things. And you've got that right there, that mat. And I do have that mat. I'm not gonna show it to you right now because I have it. Actually, I can do this. Just don't mess up. Like, don't think I'm crazy for my mess. But that is my cat's blanket, and there is the mat, because that mat stays on this table that I do my readings on, because I don't exactly have that much space. And, you know, you cast those coins on that mat, so that's really cool. This is a cool little magnet, you know, that came with it that I should put on something like a refrigerator that I have not done yet. And in here is something, you know, that I think is fun. I keep all this stuff with it because you never know what you might use with it. You've got a bee coin right there. You know, these people are workers. We're workers all coming together to create things. Yes, it's kind of like the Borg of the Star Trek universe, which is not a good thing. You know, assimilating, coming together, bringing stuff together to create it. This is a blank coin that I don't really know what the point is, but there is the blank one. I've got 2 of those in here. Got a little empty little plastic right there too, but I've got 2 of those little empty coins there. If you have any idea what I could use them for, you know, I suppose I'm like thinking about it now, I could just put those in there with that. And if you pull that one, you know, what card do you want? What card do you think inspires you? That kind of thing, maybe. This is really fun. This is a yes or no coin. I've used this a lot. You know, Are you enjoying this video? There, see, it came up, yes. So I hope you are if you're still sticking around. But yes, this is one of those Kickstarters, again, that you're not going to find in a store. And this is something that just adds to your readings that nothing else really will. It's impressive. And it sounds so cool, doesn't it? Yes, yes, yes. But that is yet another Kickstarter. I think we're up to 4 now because I have one more deck I want to share with you. And it's not that I saved the best for last, although kind of I saved the best for last because this blends 2 different things together that you wouldn't expect otherwise. But the more you think about it, the more I suppose they do kind of go together. Think Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland. You know, Dorothy went to got her head bumped when she went into a tornado and ended up into a new world. Alice was extremely bored when she was sitting underneath a tree or whatever with her sister and followed a white rabbit down a rabbit hole. So those 2 things kind of go in hand in hand because it's 2 different girls, like 2 kids that went into new worlds. You know, they were fools. So I introduced to you, if you haven't met it already, the Journey to Oz and Wonderland Tarot Deck Guide and Guidebook by Mystic Madness Tarot. Now, why did I save this one for last, other than the fact that it's freaking awesome? There is the guidebook, yes. Oh, and I got to show you this too. Isn't that cool? I love that. But the reason I waited for last for this is because I actually want to share a deck with you here in a moment. And I'm going to show you my computer screen because, you know, that seemed like the easiest way to do this. By the creators that made this one, they're making another one too. But we'll get to that. There, I show you the sides of that, the back of it and everything because of how much work went into this deck. This is proof that your crowdfunding amount of money, the more you give to it, the more magic can come to it. See those beautiful gold edges? That wouldn't be possible if they hadn't made more than their original goal. That was something, I think it's called bonuses or something like that, and there's cards in here that are bonuses as well that aren't in regular tarot decks, and like this deck wouldn't be perfect if it didn't have it. So again, I've made all the videos about all of these separately, so you can go check those out if you want. They're all on my channel still. We're just going to run through these decks right now, but like a little bit of AI went into this, a little bit of like computer generation and stuff, but it's so worth it. Like, look at that death card. I hate the fact that the Wicked Witch of the West is death, because she died. It's not fair. That's my favorite character. Yes. From the time I was like 2 years old, I wanted to be the Wicked Witch of the West. I had no interest in being Dorothy. I had no interest in being the Good Witch Glinda. I had every interest in being that Wicked Witch of the West. I mean, if you landed a house on someone's sister, if someone landed a house on your sister, you'd want them to die too, right? Yeah, I always related with her. I don't know why. There's the Hierophant, the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. See, it's not just Wizard of Oz. I'm a huge fan of the Wizard of Oz, so I focus more on that. But like even Ozma of Oz. If you've never read the books or anything, you probably don't know who Ozma is. But that's the beauty of like both of these stories. They're stories. They're stuff you can fall into. They're absolutely, you're not going to know about them if you don't like learn about them. And it's just, this is such an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Like, I don't even know. Words, again, don't really do it justice. It's so, so, so incredible. And to take these 2 things and blend them together like this, it's, the creative thoughts behind these people that come up with this, it's incredible. And we need to be supportive of them. Again, we need to help them bring them to life because otherwise we're not going to have this beautiful deck. You're not going to be able to hold this in your hands. Now, I will say that a lot of times what these people will do, these people that create the Kickstarter decks and everything and all the other things on Kickstarter, when you see it for the first 48 hours or so when they first get on there, you can get them for cheaper than you would otherwise. I think I paid like $65 for this deck when I got it, and I got what they called the early bird. They had, last time I checked, they had separate copies of these, like, you know, they had extras of them, and I think they were like $100 or something like that, and you got the whole deck. And I'm not saying it's not worth it, but if you want to save some money, then get in when it first comes out. A lot of times these creators, what they'll do, you know, they'll post it. Like if you follow them on the social medias, Mystic Madness Tarot is this one. But if you follow them on the social medias, then they'll announce they're going to have it come up. And then Kickstarter, when you see those announcements and you click on the link for Kickstarter, then they'll have, you know, save this project. And then Kickstarter will send you an email that tells you when this is going to go live, when you can start actually backing it. And that way you can hit it on that early bird special so you can get it for cheaper. You know, $65 is still a lot for for a tarot deck. But again, this is not a deck you're going to go to your local Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Walmart. Walmart doesn't actually sell tarot decks in store, does they? But even Amazon online. You're not going to find this deck as a mass market. Maybe one day, because a lot of Kickstarters, like Tarot Disassembled, for example, you saw that in the Alleyway Tarot. They will become like mass market eventually, perhaps if they hit enough popularity, but it's not always promised. And you know, even if this deck became Kickstarter or mass market from the Kickstarter, it's still likely not going to have like these gold edges and stuff like that and the sparkle of it, and maybe not even have the extra cards. And you know, I've gone through this while talking, so I might not have found any extra cards, but they're there, I swear. I think they have, After the World, like 22, 23, 24, and 25 extra right there. Oh, this one. This card is my personal favorite card in the deck. In the second Wizard of Oz movie, Return to Oz, that came out in 1985, I believe, that starred the girl from The Craft. I cannot remember her name right now. But these were the things of nightmares. I was so freaked out by that movie when I was little, because I was born in 85. So I watched it like when I was like 3 or 4, when I could start like, you know, remembering things that I watched and things, because when you're a baby, you don't remember that stuff, right? But I had nightmares about these dudes. They're like the flying monkeys, but in the second movie, they weren't flying monkeys. There were creepy dudes with wheels as hands and feet, and they'd go after her, and it was just... I was fine with the Wicked Witch in that one that wanted to take her head off and change her head to a different head. But wheelie dudes, I still think about it. It's still the thing of nightmares. It's something about it just freaks me out. And they actually made that the card of nightmares. Yes, that story was to a point, like a purpose, because that's the card of nightmares. Like, how cool is that? Yes. The Fool is Alice in this deck. The Ace of Wands is Glenda's wand. King Reykjavik, I believe it's from the Wizard of Oz, and you have that illustration right there. It's the King of Cups. Toto is the Page of Pentacles. How cool is that? Yes, you read the books, you'll know what happens to Toto. You'll know. I'm not going to tell you. You have to read the books. Yes, he can do something special. Yeah, he really can. There's one of those extra cards, and you see up here. Can you see that? Yes, it's 24. Yes, so that's there's 2 other cards in here before this one, but that's the blue butterfly. The Metamorphosis card is the Hierophant caterpillar that has, you know, grown wings and flew. The King of the Forest is the 8 of Swords, because his own mind made him think that he wasn't, you know, the Cowardly Lion. Wheel of Fortune is the White Rabbit. The Knight of Wands is Jack Pumpkinhead. Again, books. And I believe he's in... That one and this one are both in that second Return to Oz movie. I don't know if you've watched it or not. Again, creepy movie, but really interesting. And that is the second book in the Wizard of Oz story. But I believe there's 19 of them altogether, and only 2 have been made books. So if you're interested in the Wizard of Oz, read those books. Yeah, there is TikTok. The March Hare, the Queen of Hearts is the Devil. Beautiful, beautiful card there. I love just that little tiny little gold right there, and her hearts. Everything is black and white here, and that heart right there is the potion bottle. It's just awesome. And there is the 5 of Pentacles as Humpty Dumpty. The last card in this deck. And there is all the different, like, sides again. Yes. Journey to Oz and Wonderland. Okay, I saved it for last because I think it might be my favorite. But there's another reason I saved that for last, too. Let's get this all back in there. Like, I talked about those bonus cards and everything. And it's even the box. The box was even made better, I think, that with the fact that it was more funded than it was before, like, originally. So if I can get that back in there, yes. And that coin, like that key right there, I think that was something extra that came with funding extra, too. Now for the thing that I really want to show you, something that you can help with now too. This is my computer. I couldn't think of an easier way to do this, and this is Kickstarter. It's actually the Kickstarter website. If you see up there, I have it all put in, and this is the Journey to Voyage to the Seven Seas Tarot Deck, or Voyage to the Seven Seas to Neverland Tarot Deck and Guidebook. So not only is it the Seven Seas of Neverland, it's also, look closely right there, it's got the little mermaid and everything in it. It's got, like, there, this is the page that they have on Kickstarter. You can check it out. I could click on the video right there, but I'm not going to. But you have their story and how they created it and what they came up with, and probably a little bit about the fact that they made the Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland before. But then you can check out all the cards there. Like there, if you look, the devil, I believe, right there. Yeah. Boo. I'm using my phone, like holding it and trying to do this, which is quite fun. But you've got all of this information right here, and you see all of the different illustrations. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put a link to this particular Kickstarter in the description below so that you can help fund it. The early bird thing that I talked about before, that has come and gone, so I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. But, you know, for next time, if you want to, like, get it early and get it from, you know, a cheaper price, that's how you do it, is 48 hours usually before, you know, right when it comes out. But they're like, Peter Pan is the full, there's like, just check out those illustrations. You again are not going to get this deck by going to Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, or buying it on Amazon. You're not. Now is the time to actually back this. That's the major arcana. Yeah, they actually show you the different illustrations, but you're not going to get this deck unless you come to Kickstarter and you back it. And there is the Suit of Wands. Yes, the Suit of Wands, that they show you many of the different illustrations. Sometimes though they don't show you all, because you know you don't want to all of your basket, share all of the eggs in your basket. I was trying to make some kind of saying there and it didn't really work. But you've got, like, there's the dog from Peter Pan. I forget her name, but it's right there on it. I think it's Nina or something like that. But you've got the illustrations in this deck. It's just, I cannot even put into words. I can't hold it right now. I can't touch it. And I can't touch it unless it gets funded. Yes, like there's the back of the card. They're not going to show you the card right there right just yet. You know, you got to back it, you got to bring it to life. Now there is all the different illustrations they will show you though as I scroll, so you can see them. Here is where the magic comes. Like I told you, it not only has to get funded to get these cards, it actually has to get more than funded. So these cards can, the stretch goal, that's what it's called. So these cards can actually be part of the deck. And it says, if we manage to unlock this stretch goal, we'll reveal 4 exclusive, you see right there, 4 exclusive lore cards that will be included in each deck. These decks are unique to our theme and are designed to expand on the world we've created. And the full list of stretch goals is listed below. So you've got this one for 35,000 if they hit the 35,000. All 3 of these are 35,000. So if they hit that, these cards will be part of the deck. And then that one as well. So you've got those 4. And then you've got the guidebook right here that's going to come with it. And you know, it's going to be better if it hits that stretch goal. And you've got all the different thing here, and you've got the information there. Why fund it? Because you want it. You want it part of it. There's the Tarot to Oz and Wonderland right there. And the stretch goals information right there. $30,000 is the tarot deck upgrades, which has the little foil stamping like I showed you there on the Oz to Wonderland, that extra sparkly gold stuff. And then the treasure box, that's where the thing I showed you, the magnetic flip top, it says, where it looked like the keyhole right there. It was really cool. And there is the mysterious surprise. You know, you're not going to know that unless you hit the 40,000. And there's the add-ons and everything you can get for it. So I guess right there, the 2nd edition of Tarot in Wonderland is available right there. And I showed you that actual deck there, but you can still purchase it. So that is really, really cool. I'm going to scroll all the way back up so I can show you this part right here. We were far down there, weren't we? Yes. Whee. Okay. Over here in the corner, you see there it says $18,078. Pledged of $27,500. $27,500. If they do not hit that goal, then this deck will not come out. You will not be able to hold this in your hand. If you hit more than that, you know, you get to that 35,000, 40,000, you're going to get that extra stuff. So if you want this deck, you think this deck is awesome, and you want to support a great cause, then this is the deck that I suggest you do it. Like I said, it's a rabbit hole. You know, Kickstarter. We click on that Kickstarter up there. If it actually goes, yes, there we go. Yep. There it's personal data, cookies. Everybody asks for cookies, right? But you have all of this. All of this is available to look at. All of these things are being created by people right now that want funded, so we can actually bring this stuff to reality. I say we, but I'm one of the funding people. I'm one of the patrons, I think it's called, because, you know, I'm not a creative person, but these people are, and we can help them bring a creative project to life. And that is the beauty of Kickstarter right here. You know, we have the power to help with this, and we get beautiful, beautiful decks like the ones that I showed you today. Things we can enjoy for all of time, you know, as long as we keep them safe. Things that we can share with others because we have them in our hands. Like, these are different decks that you're not going to get anywhere else. You know, they're beautiful. They're incredible. And, you know, you have the power to help bring them to reality if you're willing to help back those decks. Yes, I didn't think this completely through. There's the last one. Yes, those are the 5 that I'm sharing with you today. I have like 6 more, I think, but these are my personal favorites, and that's why I share it with you. And you can have that one that I share with you, that journey to Neverland, and it's not just Peter Pan. You saw the Wizard of Oz in there. I think it's Sinbad is in there too. It's like just all the ocean stories, all the stories out there. They brought that deck to life, and we had the power to actually have it in our hands if we're willing to help back it. So that's my video for this week. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. If you want a reading with any of these decks, including the Alleyway Tarot, because I mean, I can do it. I don't have these cards memorized, the backs of them or anything yet, so we can totally do a reading with that deck as well. You know, every reading will include one of those tarot coins. So I hope you enjoyed. If you want that reading, then please comment on this video, message me on the socials, or book one directly on my website. All of that is in the description below. As always, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again in the next one.